I'm Adan De La Paz. I am the principal consultant and coach for De La Paz Education Services. My business is based in Boise, Idaho, but I do a lot of work throughout the US and internationally as well. As a consultant, I had the feedback given to me that much of my work entailed coach-like aspects from coaches that encouraged me to consider the field. And after some time thinking and reflecting upon it, I started to do some research to see what coaching was about because I did not have a strong background in knowing what true coaching as a profession was about, and started to become very fascinated and intrigued with the field to the point where I started to say, I think that I want to pursue an education in coaching. Well, first of all, I think that Triple I and the partnership with Coaching for Everyone was a game changer for me. Having the access to the fellowship made the investment that was in place thereafter more manageable because coaching as a profession, the training, the education is pricey. So I can understand where it is something to have to think very seriously about. And for me, as I did the work in learning about Coaching for Everyone and learning about Triple I, that I found it to be more and more reassuring that it was a program that would provide me with the skills, the resources, the tools, and the community. That's a big one, the community that I was seeking for in a coaching program. I've gained a lot from this experience. I think the first thing was as someone who, as a consultant, was oftentimes the person with the answers, right? In consulting, it's about someone who is giving advice, is giving the direction strategy for an organization or an institution. That it was very interesting and fascinating for me to see that in coaching, the client has the answers within. And so that shift in thinking about how we provide questions for clarity, for focus, direction, really it challenged me. And it challenged me because the program requires for us to be the client, right? For us to be in that seat and to experience it so that we understand what our role as a coach is and what our clients, future clients will experience. So for me, I think that um, seeing that and experiencing that really required me to really grow and stretched me. And I think Triple I did a fabulous job of stretching me to that point where, right, we look at the optimal zone of learning, and it's about getting to that sweet spot where you're not being overly stretched, but you're not being understretched. So I really appreciated that Triple I used that approach to help me grow in my coaching. The thing that really impacted me and left me with a strong impression about Triple I's approach to coaching education, two things. One was high touch. We talked about as a cohort with my peers, the community of care, that if you're in need of staff or faculty support, it's there from the top, all the way to people that are there as part-time employees. They're willing to um, take that extra time to meet with you, to talk with you, to give you guidance, and it's genuine. I experienced it on several occasions, and even as an alum of the program, still going back and getting support, still having conversations after the fact. For me, that leaves a huge impression on me because they're seeing people that go through their program as not just, okay, this is a one and done, but you become part of that community for life. And that second piece is then the cohort experience. Connecting as a cohort is pretty powerful. You start to build a network and you lean on each other, both within the coaching education program, but afterwards, as you start using coaching in your profession as someone who does that as your main job on your own, going out and doing coaching, or for those that are doing it within an organization. I've had lots of conversations and stayed connected with peers in my coaching education program. For anyone who's still on the fence or unsure about coaching, I think two things come to mind as recommendations. Number one, do your homework, right? Do your research. You can always investigate into programs. What's great about Triple I is they're going to respond, right? You send an email request, you ask to meet with somebody, they're going to do that. So look for organizations that are responsive and willing to answer your questions and take the time to sit down and visit with you about what it is that they offer. The second thing I think is to trust your intuition, right? Once you do that, even before you do that, you already have an idea of the direction you want to go with your life, right? If this is something you need to do from a personal standpoint, or your profession, if this is something that's a professional endeavor. So I would say to follow your gut as well. If I was to sum up my coaching experience in one word, transformational.